Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Next to receivers, they'll spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Franks. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Patriots are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders will take over here just shy of the... The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got it.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Franks now. Slant route complete to Bell. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 26. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that. And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go.
2nd and 10.
Ultra. Go ultra, baby.
Again, it's Stevenson. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Check smash. Hey, check mega.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. The Franks looking to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Working out of the gun, Franks. That's complete. It's Bell. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there, holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Off the play fake. Here's Franks. Looking deep for Adams. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Carlson able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Franks. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matt Judon drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The Patriots at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Steal. Check steal.
On play action, Lance sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Here we go, set.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Lance looking to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game. Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And they go play action with Franks. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch.
Ready.
Counter play with Jacobs. And some room to roam now. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 73 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Here we go.
Now Franks off the bootleg here. They'll roll him out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Come on, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down. Franks. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check you. Ready.
The Lance now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Anthony Averett picks it. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
It's Franks now from the shotgun. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. Down inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
The kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Ready.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Franks now on 2nd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Juju Smith-Schuster in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They send Parker in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Called out a very strong gain of 24. Well, he's had the interception woes in this one, Charles, and that time a little bold to throw it into double coverage, but he beat the double coverage.
Yeah, but I admire that he still will challenge defenders downfield, even though the ball's been in jeopardy a few times in this game. A nice ball there against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
The center receiver in motion to the right. Lance now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Ready?
On 2nd down, it's Stevenson. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. The Lance going to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Black shot. Mega. Strike. Check strike. Hut.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Ultra. Go ultra.
Here's Lance. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Tucker McCann on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Frank's throw complete here to Waller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Frank's throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Setting up play action. Franks. He hits Adams complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd down throw. Here's Franks. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Franks now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've got fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jayon Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Ready?
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for 2. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Lance. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne. And now here's another interception. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Slant route complete to Bell. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
To number 18. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Las Vegas.
Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Run the ball. Run the ball.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. And this one complete to Smith. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Let's go.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Down. Hey,
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing on first down is Lance. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. Lance looking to throw it. He's got his man, Thornton. And he will have a Patriots first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on third down and 5.
ready, set. Right, 97.
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start.
Ready.
The false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Ready.
Here's Lance to throw it. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
50.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lance letting one go deep for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And this is caught. It's Parker. Touchdown! Devontae Parker. His second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready up.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here we go.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Franks. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
Second down, Franks. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 19. The Raiders on the move, a couple of big plays in succession. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Raiders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Stevenson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Drill 52.
Stevenson gets it again on second down. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Raiders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.